Who's here? What's up, Grant Cardone? What's up, my man?
Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
He's in town for that Dodgers-Astros game.
You mean that Dodgers whoop ass?
Don't start trouble in Los Angeles. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How long you been an Astros fan?
Ever since I started investing in Houston real estate. Number one, honest answer.
Grant is smart. He knows that most business deals are not done in the conference room. They're done, in the dugout.
They're done in the dugout. They're done in the stadium.
So did you get any business out of being there? What were you, were you right row one?
Look, the dude that sold me the tickets, right? I bought them through StubHub.
Yeah.
And so I sit down, we get there early, we were all excited. It's been my dream to be at a World Series game, much less Game 7, So the guy comes in, he's like, you bought those tickets for me. His name's Barry. Awesome dude. And he's an entertainment transaction guy. And he says, you bought these tickets for me. And he said, you paid a fair price. He says, I want you to come back next year as my guest, any game. So really,
show him this, by the way.
Really awesome.
You're gonna 10x whatever you paid on the ticket in new Houston real estate. Yeah. Ando, get out. Get. I've never let my dogs inside because then they always want to come in. So we're gonna talk. We're about to do
I've been to your house a million times, bro.
You've been here? Yeah, you haven't been here.
Yeah. Everybody's been to your house.
You've been virtually through my podcast. We're getting ready to go record live and doing a podcast. We're gonna talk about how to invest your money. We're talking on how to invest your money. This is an investment master in lots of areas, real estate. Is that what you think when they think of you as an investor? Is it real estate or sales?
I think people probably think about me as a sales guy first, the real estate.
But they don't know how big you are in real estate.
It's been kind of quiet. I've been helping companies grow their sales for 25 years and taking the money from that and investing into this hard asset real estate game.
Right. What do you like better, sales or real estate?
Well, I love
or
helping people. When you buy real estate, you don't get the satisfaction of helping somebody right away.
Right.
And with the sales, those two young dudes that come up to me in Beverly Hills and say, man, I was cold calling, you helped me. Or, we work with a company like Ashley Furniture. It's got 60,000 employees, a lot of them on the floor selling stuff, handling phone calls. Not everything's done on the internet, as you know. So, the sales thing, when you're helping somebody increase their income.
Right.
You're changing a guy's life.
What's the best story you've seen, rags to riches, from using your sales stuff?
Oh, Ty, there's so many.
One that stands out.
I mean, there's every day I get 100. Like literally every day I get 100 people saying, hey, you made it possible, introverts, you made it possible for me to pick up a phone.
Because introverted people, sales can be tough.
Well, tough going in, right?
What do you teach them though? Like, what's
even
the
extrovert that talks too much.
Right.
Like you talking past the sale, you talking past the close. You ask a lot of questions, you never get any answers.
Yeah.
So basically what I did was I got in sales when I was 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
When I was 25, I was forced into a sales job after an accounting degree. The 7 years between 17 and 25, I hated sales. Every sales job I had, I was terrible at.
Yeah.
Got out of college with an accounting degree.
Yeah.
And couldn't get a job. 1 out of 4 people were unemployed where I lived. And the only
Where
job,
was that? Where'd you grow up?
In Lake Charles, Louisiana, a refinery town.
Oh, that's right. You're in Louisiana. Nicolas Cage.
I'm a Southern boy.
Zach, how come every Nicolas Cage movie's in Louisiana? I've noticed that.
Leaving Las Vegas.
That's why, like last night, that pitcher that hit the 3 batters.
Yeah.
That's what we do down there in the South.
Was he from Louisiana?
We scared of people. We hit them.
That's my plane.
Yeah, that's my place. Then get off that
Film
plane.
Zach. We got Zach here.
So what I was going to tell you on that was I got in the sales job in the car industry.
Right.
You don't go to get an accounting degree to sell cars.
Right.
So I hated the job.
Well, why'd you go to cars then?
Because it's the only job I could get.
Only thing you could
I was in
find.
the unemployment line.
Yeah.
And my uncle came and grabbed me and said, no, you're not going to pick that check up. You're never going to take a check from there, dude. You're going to go sell cars. I said, I didn't go to college to sell cars. He says, you didn't go to college to stand in this line either.
Yeah.
So sure enough, he got me a job at a car dealership. And
Uncles are good. My uncle is the one who helped me get started. He gave me advice. You know what his advice was?
Yeah.
I was sleeping on a couch in a mobile home. He said, Ty, go into sales. And because he said, I didn't have a college degree. And I said, what kind of sales? He said, the 2 that I know you can do was car sales, because that's what he had done, or financial services. And I said, I don't want to do car sales like you, so I went to financial services.
Yeah. I hated car sales.
Car sales is rough. They
And
work
then
those dudes.
I borrowed $3,000 from my mom. I said, look, I don't know what I'm doing. I hate this job. And I was like, I can't quit another job. I'd lost 5 jobs. And I just come out of a treatment center for drug addiction. And I'm like, I can't lose another job. I got to turn my life around. This is a shot, you know. And a guy gave me a tape. And I listened to it. I'm like, oh, wow, there's a way to do this.
Yeah.
So I don't have to sound cheesy and I don't have to manipulate.
It was a sales kind of
He
technique.
was a sales guy.
What was it? You remember the name?
His name was Jackie Cooper. He was just an automotive guy. And so I listened to that tape. I ordered his stuff. I borrowed $3,000 from my mom.
Okay.
And that's that knowledge thing. The knowledge, man, to know something.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Knowledge. And
So you
and then I became a good salesman.
So did the tapes help you a lot?
Dude, so much.
What was he teaching?
They were 12 beta. He was teaching old tactics.
Like old school
manipulation, closing, hammering, control, manipulation. So, but I needed to learn something.
Right. Something's better than nothing.
And then when I got good at what he was doing, which it wasn't like bad manipulation. It was
Right.
just like how to control a cycle, right?
yeah.
Well, then I started it gave me a chance to get committed to becoming a professional salesperson. And then I started figuring out how to get rid of all the manipulation stuff and all the stuff that salespeople hate. You know, I got good at his stuff, but you can only get so good at manipulation before you realize that, dude, you're manipulating.
Right.
And what happened was my productivity dropped.
You think
I
because
didn't
you
want-
didn't believe what you were doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the first rule for me for sales. If you really believe, because people buy off energy, they buy off confidence. It's not just logical sale. So if
Yeah.
you don't believe, I was selling health insurance when I first started financial services, and I became like number 3 in the whole U.S. for that company. But then I read through what I was selling, and I'm like, this is crap, and I stopped being a good salesman.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
switched over to a better product, and then I went back. So believe in what you sell.
Yeah.
So you lost
have
the
a good product.
motivation
So what
because it was
happened
crappy?
my productivity dropped.
Yeah.
And I started really looking. I became a student, really an observer.
Yeah.
And that I was 28 years old, and started looking at, hey, I'm gonna rewrite this sales thing. I was studying Tracy and Tom Hopkins and all those guys, all the old guys, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna change.
Brian
the way,
Tracy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
For those
said,
of
I'm
you
gonna,
who don't know.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
change the way selling happens.
Okay.
And so I started looking at how could I shorten the cycle.
Because you created your own system,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. This is back in the day where you're like, the longer you spend with the customer, the better off you are.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't have time, dude.
Yes.
My dad died when I was 10. Older brother died when I was 20. I'm in a rush. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't have time. I was spending 4 hours with the customer to make $300. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And I was the only guy saying that. I'm like, why would I want to spend? Is that a backgammon board? Dude, this is my favorite game.
play?
Right?
We have to play.
Love the game.
I've been playing since my
You
grandma.
know Brad Lee, right?
Yeah.
He owes me $610 right now.
I'm assuming that's 600,000.
610, yeah.
Yeah. Here, come back. We got a whole bunch of people waiting in here. Yo! Everybody went in here so they wouldn't be in our shot, but we thought we'd get
These
you.
are Ty's children. This is the adopted family right
One of
here.
your
We'll
children,
We got
Yeah,
Ryan.
well, I got Captain Ryan. Yeah.
Man, we got a lot of people in here.
He's the best looking in here, you know, so.
Captain Ryan, are you talking to the third person about yourself? You guys brought me a little prize, or what is this, a present?
It's a gift.
Did I win something?
It's
Oh,
the least
Versace.
we do for
Uh-oh.
everything you provided us with, all the opportunities, man, the value. So this is the least we can do.
What do we got?
Boom!
Uh-oh.
That's right.
Oh, is that a robe?
That's
Oh, he gave me the Hugh Hefner Versace robe.
This thing right here, my man, you throw this on right after a shower.
Samir, do you walk around with that? Please tell me you do.
I have a blue one.
Let me just tell you a rule I have. If another man wears my robe, I ain't never wearing it again. You can take it home with you.
He's got
I
the
never wore
bulletproof.
it.
You need a bulletproof?
No, he was saying he wants to wear it in my interview, and I'm like,
No, you wear
Then
it
it's
in the
gonna say-
interview of me.
okay.
Okay.
I might stick with this, but I like the plan. I'll have to do a series. Zach should walk by with this, and Zach should go. Guess what I have on under here?
By the way, Ty, Samir
Guess who has to go to the
also
bathroom?
in grants programs.
Yes,
too,
they told
so-
me. They're learning from everybody. More people you learn. Everybody's got a different angle on life. Grant has his techniques. I've got a couple techniques. Make war with a multitude of counselors, not just one. Some people are looking for the
But
one.
don't get so many you don't know what to do.
Yeah, well, good news is there aren't that many people you can learn from. So even if you try, most people don't know what they're talking about. So there's a few.
Rather have one bad general than two brilliant ones.
Yeah, but I'd rather have two badass armies.
Because
with
look
two
at Congress.
badass generals.
How do you explain Congress?
Zach Trump does both. All right, let's go do this interview.
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
Let's do it, man.
Let's do our. We were doing a little talking, and let's talk into here. So Grant, you were telling me your story. What was the day that changed it all? You remember one day?
I needed a path to walk down, right? I got to know where I'm going. You can't have confidence without having a path. I got to know where I'm going.
What do you remember a day in your life that changed your life? Like you told me you were drug addiction, you were unemployed.
Well, kind of when the counselor told me I was coming back, man, that I'd never make it. He's like, dude, you'll never make it.
Really?
Give up the book idea. I'm leaving the treatment center. He says, give up the book idea.
So the rehabilitation.
Give up the rich thing.
therapist?
Dude, all these rehab centers, they kill people. They kill people. They destroy people.
So how'd you get the confidence when they weren't giving you?
Because
the
I
confidence?
walked out of there and said, hey, dude, I'll never see you again. You will see me one day, bro. You will see me everywhere.
So you laughed.
I love
last.
it. I love the skeptic. They help me.
Yeah.
They're fuel. They have tremendous energy.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay, welcome everybody. Ty Lopez Show. Guess who showed up at the house? We got Grant Cardone. We're talking about how he makes over $287,000 a day.
I didn't even know I made that. That's not,
I know. I had to make him do it on the calculator. And over 700 million bucks in real estate. So
700
listen, that's a good number.
Sounds
It's
good.
almost
Sounds
a B.
good- better when other
He's
people
almost.
say it.
That's almost a 3 comma club. So what we're gonna be talking about?
Who gets to be first, me or you? That
It sounds
would be
like
a great
you-
title.
That would be a great
That
title.
would be a great title.
We'll
dude.
see. We'll
and
see.
Dude, what if we documented it? Like
But that would be a I don't like to build off pure
would
You're
be
my friend. I don't want to only be
we
competing.
would be inspiring one another. It's drafting.
What about a
Drafting's a
T?
science.
We got to get to a T. Whoever's at a T first.
no,
Apple.
that's out of reach for
Steve
me.
Jobs, Apple. He's going to be potentially the first $1 trillion business.
No, that's out of
The
that-
wager is whoever gets to a T first.
Nah,
the other
that's
person
out-
has to
that's
give
out
him.
of- That's not even real for me. I can't even think with that.
Grant, why? Don't be constrained.
I am constrained at this very moment. I just want to tell you, I have a mad amount of admiration for what you've built.
Well, me too.
And
Likewise.
You've really pioneered. Let me give you the compliment before you.
All right. You cut me off. That's how confident he is.
Let's see if I can get him to blush up. So, dude, just a mad, respect for what you've done online, how you built your name out, how you've really pioneered a lot of stuff that's going on online. Like really a lot of admiration for that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Now, all this other bullshit you do, I don't know about, but I do have.
All right, let's talk. We're going to be talking about practical tips. I want to give people.
Let's talk about goals. Let's talk about goals.
Let's start with that. Goals.
Because the trillion.
How do you set goals?
Well, no, it's just so far out there. Like I have to have something I can get to, that I can eat, right?
Yes.
So, and I know you agree with that. Like
Totally.
The trillion. When you say a trillion, I'm like, dude, like I'm not in the music business. I'm not in the TV business. I'm not.
I just like to pull his leg because he got it. This is a great book, The 10X Rule. So I'm like, what if we change this? I'm gonna just add 2 zeros, the 1000X rule, because he wants $1 billion. 1,000 billion is $1 trillion.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. But I also think that, like,
Yeah, you want to have
Elon
realistic goals.
Well, look, my goals are not even realistic.
They're stretch goals, but they're still realistic.
For you to add a T to that.
That was a joke.
Okay.
Here's what I believe on that.
Yeah.
You have vision.
You got good hair, though, dude. I like
You have a vision for life.
That's what I do now. I don't know about the trillion. That's some good hair.
Zach's envious.
Thank you.
No, you got to have vision. Your vision can be huge. Your vision could be to be a billionaire, or trillionaire. But Grant says, you got to break it down in mini goals.
Yeah.
Today, I always say, I just tweeted today. You got to optimize today because today you pretty much can count on you're going to make it to the end of the day. Good chance. If you start projecting, I meet people who are like, what's my 30-year goals? I'm like, that's too far off. Mm-hmm. So what do you have? Do you write down goals in the morning?
I do.
Notepad?
I write them down on a notepad with a pen.
Daily?
Every morning and at night.
Okay.
And anytime I lose.
Anytime. But what about when you win? Do you do a gratitude?
I write my successes every day too.
Okay.
So I write in the morning when I wake up. First thing I do when I wake up in the morning,
Yep.
That's good. You see, we're all control freaks, dude.
No, we're gonna get you. He's got his viewers here. We gotta get them listening too.
Yeah. So, so I write them down in the morning, and they change, by the way.
Okay.
Like I went on an aerial interdiction combat mission.
An
You know what that-
aerial. So you were like.
Interdiction means to
Yeah.
lay down so much fire you suppress the enemy. So
Okay.
I took all my guys, put them on helicopters.
Okay.
They have rails outside the choppers.
Yeah.
We all had AR-15s. I know
Is
you
this
got-
on a video game or you actually
No,
did it?
this is real, dude.
This is
ain't-
real,
This isn't a
okay.
video game. In fact, give me the helicopter. So we're on the helicopter. We're running about 60 miles an hour. And we're shooting. We're laying down fire on targets.
What state were you in?
I'm in Florida, man.
You were doing that in Florida?
Yeah, yeah. So we just did this 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And the point of it is to lay down so much fire on that target, right, that it can't move. And it just reminded me of the importance of having a goal. And it reminded me, years ago, I used to write in the morning, I own a helicopter. I wrote
Okay.
this when I was in La Jolla, probably 25 years ago. I had this thing. I want, you know, some of the things you just want, you don't know where they're coming from.
Yes.
I dropped it out years ago.
Okay.
When I got on that helicopter, I'm like, I wanna fly a helicopter.
Huh.
Like I have no interest in flying my plane. I want to sit in the back, but I would like to pilot a helicopter.
So you've got a Gulfstream, but now the new stretch goal is not only have a helicopter, but pilot a helicopter.
I want to pilot that chopper. I got talked out of it because some guy said, man, it's the hardest thing you can
It
learn.
is hard. Sometimes when I'm in a helicopter, that's why I only take helicopters with 2 pilots. Because you get one, I'm like, if this guy has a heart attack, I can't land this thing. They got these little
Yeah,
paddles.
yeah.
By the way, is
Drop
this
it down a
in
little bit.
or no?
No, that's in the frame. It's
Let's-
Yeah, pull it back, pull it back.
No, actually, we got it. We're gonna go right here.
Dude,
Is it out of it now?
yeah, I mean it's right behind the other one. So
Yeah, but let me look at the frame real fast.
Oh my God.
Keep talking,
Oh
Grant.
my God. Guys.
I'm a
this
perfectionist
guy,
for you.
This guy, I thought I was bad. You making me feel good. I thought I had character defects. Shit.
Now
I
you
know
met
I
me.
don't. Put it back on this corner where I had it, okay? That's my goddamn camera.
Grant, I'm giving you a better angle.
Dude, all my angles are good. I don't have a good side.
Grant.
What about this?
You know, that's my famous line when I do a
Grant
selfie.
is a character.
When I do a selfie with somebody, I'm like, I know I look good.
Yeah, do it a
Yeah,
little
maybe
more.
get the line.
But see,
out,
you got
know?
that thing in the way. Yeah.
That ain't my thing. That's your thing.
Angle good?
Dude, we both characters, man. Dude, they ought to do a movie about us, man.
What would the movie be called?
We're like the new cowboys. We're like.
I call
what
it the
was that
Internet
movie?
Mafia. Yesterday I was with 2 guys. They both do about $1 billion in online sales, and I took a picture and I was like, "Welcome to the Internet Mafia." There's no You believe in the Illuminati?
I'm dealing with this planet, bro. I'm dealing with what I can see, what's in front of me. I mean, I don't have time for a bunch of conspiracy stuff, even though I don't think the shooter at Mandalay was the shooter.
You don't.
I was there.
Okay.
I was there that night. He lived below me for four days. We checked in the same day.
So you didn't know him. He just happened to be below you.
He was below me on the same side of the hotel. But you don't bring, I'm from Louisiana, you don't bring 26 weapons to go hunting
Right.
unless you got 26 people.
Okay.
Okay, you bring 26 weapons because you're selling stuff. I'm a salesman.
Okay.
I'm a car dealer. I got lots of cars. I don't bring 1 or 2. You going on a trip, you bring 1 car, maybe 2. You going on a shooting fest, you bring 1 or 2, maybe 4 guns.
Yeah.
You don't bring 26. You bring 26 because you want to sell stuff.
Okay. On that non-conspiracy.
What is the topic anyway?
No, let's
By the
go.
way,
Let's go.
so I don't go down conspiracies very
We're
much.
not going
But
about
when I do,
conspiracies, but here's one of the biggest conspiracy theories ever. All right, so going back, bring this
I
back.
had his attention. This dude in the back, he's like, damn, I'm listening to him now.
Yeah, my staff
And
is
by the
back
way-
here
by the
going,
way,
what?
In every Patsy situation, there's always a witness.
Right.
Okay? The witness in this case comes down the hall. 200 rounds get fired down those hallways, okay? Let me tell you, you fire 200 rounds of AR, what is that, a 223?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't scrape a guy, dude.
Right.
Okay, that hallway, so it's so convenient to have one guy that gets a little scrape. To tell, oh yeah, he was the one that did it. You need a witness for the Patsy to go down.
You know that I was there at that. We were at the same conference,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
you
we
left.
jetted out.
Yeah.
We drove by the Mandalay Bay and that country. It was like a country music festival.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we got on the plane, and when we landed, basically a little after
was
we
going
landed,
off, huh?
it was going on, and I'm like,
We were playing
"Sheesh."
poker. We at 9:58, we left the foundation room. We had 100 people up there for a real estate investment dinner.
Yeah.
I told Elaine at 9:58, because I looked at my watch, baby, it's 2 minutes before 10. I'm leaving before anybody else. Okay, let's grab Kevin Harrington, Shark Tank Harrington, and a handful of other people that want to go play poker. Let's get a table and let's play some poker. Everybody had a $500 buy-in, and I was going to wipe everybody out. I told everybody going in, it's fucking going to be ugly.
One lesson you're going to learn from Grant is you need confidence. Grant is extremely confident.
I'm going to whack everybody. You got to go in believing you're going to. So we're literally going at 9:58. This thing goes off at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay, at 10 o'clock, he starts doing his deal, whoever. And we're going down. We literally passed by his floor. We got down. Kevin Harrington won the first hand. Mm-hmm. And literally 2 minutes later, the energy in the whole place just changed.
Yeah.
And it got intense for the next.
The world, and there was a shooting
3 or 4
yesterday
hours.
in Colorado.
That's terrible.
And there was people running people over in New York. So one of the things, if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you have 5 things that you need to feel fulfilled and happy.
Yeah.
The bottom is physiological, physical needs. The second thing is safety. The third thing is love. The fourth is respect. And the fifth is self-actualization. But people don't realize, and while we're talking about money, is that the bottom two, money doesn't make you happy, but the lack of money removes the possibility you'll be able to do the top 3. The number one cause of divorce,
Money.
financial issues.
Yeah.
And safety is a big one, and we see that in the world, and you can't completely control the world. People shooting, and if they take away guns in London,
Dude,
they stab people.
money didn't matter that night. So we got trapped from 10 o'clock till 8:30 in the morning. It didn't matter how much money
That's
you
right.
had.
Safety's more important.
But we were separated. Captain Ryan was on the 48th. He was stuck there, 38th or whatever you were, and I'm stuck with 250 people.
Yeah.
Nobody was armed
Yeah.
except me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nobody was protected.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're in a room for 10 hours trapped.
Yep.
How do I know that they're not down there with me?
Yeah.
So like we live in a world right now that's dangerous. Like
Yeah.
you people in California, y'all don't want to carry anything. Then
I want to. It's just a pain in the butt to get a concealed carry.
So
I mean, I got
it's
guns in this
terrible
house,
here.
but I
So
don't, yeah.
all these soft targets. I go to the Dodger game last night. Inside the stadium's not a problem. Me and my wife, every time we go into any environment, we're like, what's our plan here?
Right.
We always make a decision. Here's our plan. Whether we're at the theater, the store, we need a plan. Everybody needs a plan. You guys are, oh, I can't believe that happened. It's happening all the time. Wake up.
Yeah.
Same thing about your finances. That's why what me and you do is really waking people up.
Yeah.
Until they watch so much of it, they're just going,
What's the number one thing? You reach a lot of people. What do you see people, number one financial illiteracy problem?
Yeah.
Like, what's the angle they're always wrong on?
Number one, buying $2,000 tennis shoes. Fucking dumbest thing you could do.
Ha! Now, let me just
Dumbest
say.
thing you can do.
Let me just
Are you
say.
going to clip that out?
No, I'm gonna keep it all in.
Okay.
He's making fun of me for spending $2,000 on shoes.
No,
How much did you?
I'm not.
You're not talking about me.
He can do it, guys. Okay?
But I
You
do
guys
it.
need
I
to
do it
understand
as part of a
You
social
can-
media outreach.
No, you can do it.
Because how much did you spend on the Astro tickets?
Yeah, I spent a lot of money.
Let's
the most money ever spent.
You can call me out, but we can have reciprocal call out.
And then we start calling
But
each
wait,
other out. It's gonna
let's
be
say
a
the
fuck-
number.
It's gonna be a fucking
These
fist fest,
were
man.
2,000. What was the?
117.
Okay, 117.
128 with everything.
Now, the only
it was
thing
the
about-
most expensive World Series tickets ever.
Yeah, last year I spent 55,000 and I was the top one. I bought the top 2.
I bust your ass.
But
this
here's
year.
the thing.
And we won. Did
Now-
y'all win?
But now the
Did y'all
game.
win?
You didn't win. You're
You
from
didn't win.
Louisiana and Florida.
What do you mean I didn't win, dude?
The
I've been
Astros are
going
your
for that.
team.
Huh?
But let me tell you why he's smart. Grant is smart because he bought those tickets. It was actually an investment.
Totally.
Because he's doing deals in Houston, and it's hard to get good real estate deals.
Yeah.
And now they see him on the front row of the Astro.
Obscurity is why you will fail.
Yeah, you need to be known.
Look how successful this dude is. People know him. Everybody knows Ty. Like him, hate him, don't know who he is, what he is. More people ask me, dude, what's the deal with?
What's that?
But they're asking. I said, the deal is you're asking who the dude is, man.
Right.
And so obscurity, and you guys want your money more than you want you to be known.
Yes.
And our parents didn't teach us this.
Yes.
Our
Social skills. It's social skills.
And-
Networking
but
techniques.
Think about what our parents said. Hey, don't get too much. Don't get in the limelight.
Yeah.
Don't get known too much. Don't get too much attention.
Yep.
It's completely wrong. Save your money. No. Use money to get attention.
Right.
And so that's what I did. My decision last night. Not only do I love baseball and I wanted to play baseball and it's been a dream to be at the World Series, but Dude, I wanted to be on the front row, man.
Yeah.
You know, look, the only guy that had a better look at the game than I did
Yep.
was the ump, the catcher, and the
pitcher.
batter.
Yeah, it's the same with shoes. I get these shoes. One of my most popular things I post on Instagram. On average, it'll get 500,000 views. If I buy, now I like shoes because I'm a basketball guy. I've been playing basketball. I grew up in a family that was so poor. I got one pair of shoes per year, and I played basketball
Look
8
at
hours
these.
a day.
Look at these, though, dog. Look at these.
Yeah, but you can't compare those to these.
What do you mean I can't? I'm
For
comparing
all
them right now.
for all
dog.
the shoes.
Dude, look at these.
These are
man.
the fives.
Dude, I made about, probably $150 million in those shoes right there.
But it's not related to the shoes. You could have been barefoot, Grant.
You think?
I'm pretty sure causation, correlation, the shoes.
You calling me Tarzan?
But, I don't want to see you as Tarzan. Your wife maybe calls you Tarzan, but I'm saying.
Because she watches me swing from the trees.
All right, changing subjects from conspiracy theory.
No, but
to
let me just say this
Grant.
about the trees, okay?
Okay.
Like real estate. Here's a little tip on real estate. Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Big trees.
Big trees,
Okay.
big money.
Yep.
When you look for real estate, you look for big trees,
Right.
big mature trees.
Absolutely. So let's talk about real estate for a second.
Okay.
You built a $700 million empire. You sold over $250 million.
Mm-hmm.
What do people need to know? Because you have a cool angle on real estate, which is basically you're trying to buy larger apartment complex. You're not going for single family or duplexes or things like that. What's your
Well, I
angle?
advise people not to do single family
Okay. Why is that?
because it's one door.
Yeah.
You got Facebook, Instagram, you got YouTube, what else you
Twitter.
got? Okay, you're dependent. You got 4 different flows going right now.
Yeah.
Never depend on one flow.
Yes.
So one front door
Yeah.
is a death trap.
So if
okay?
there's a
Again,
recession,
these
if
are
you-
lies. This is you brought it up earlier. What's some things we've been taught? You talk about knowledge.
Yes.
You know, you were taught to buy a house. It's a dumb thing. Those houses were built not for you to have a dream. They were built for banks to lend you money.
Yep.
It's the only reason. Warren Buffett owns one home. He's owned one home his whole life. Has nothing to do with his net worth.
Yep.
Homes are freaking 1%. If you take the last 32 years, 1% growth.
Yeah. Homes only do
Adjusted
well
for
when
inflation.
people get leverage. Yeah.
Okay.
After you take out inflation, meaning money becomes less valuable over time in general. Sometimes there's deflation.
It's been
about
worse
1 or
than the stock
2%.
market.
Yeah.
It's nothing. Okay. So and the biggest problem with the home purchase is that you lose your mobility.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to move. People need to move, particularly today. This isn't 35 years ago where you had a job.
That's why
in Detroit.
rentals are up.
Yeah,
Which is
exactly.
good for you because you're the one
Totally.
you're controlling
Totally. So
the
when your
real
mom-
estate that they're
when your-
renting.
Yeah, when your mom and your dad said, hey, the landlord makes all the money, what you thought it meant don't rent, own, but what it really meant was be the landlord.
Exactly. When
So-
I got in a nightclub business, I went to a nightclub and I paid $20 for a drink or two, and I said, wait a sec, I'm on the wrong side of this.
yeah,
I went to Vegas the other day with my buddy. My buddy's made about $1 billion online, and we were playing blackjack. And he goes, wait a sec, I'm on the wrong end of the table.
exactly.
I want my people dealing,
Exactly.
not receiving the cards.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no money. Vegas, you make nothing in Vegas. I don't care if people tell you, oh, I made $100 grand. In the end, Vegas wins. And in the end, what you're basically saying is society has pushed people to be people who play Vegas and never build Vegas.
The banks built those houses, okay?
Yeah.
The banks, these guys are brilliant, okay? They're brilliant. Wall Street's brilliant. How do we keep their money? How do we capture their money?
I'm gonna eat $100 grand while we
Let's sell
go.
them a house. Let's get them houses. Let's get everybody houses with no.
I won $100 grand in Vegas.
There you go. And that was for the banks. The 401k was for the banks and Wall Street. Okay, those are the compound interest concept. That
Yep.
doesn't exist today. You're earning 0.04% at the banks.
Let's go back to this,
Yeah.
Grant. Now you're making over $280,000 a day selling various products online.
Yeah, and I've never thought about what I make a day. By
I
the
know,
way.
we had them calculated. I like to calculate all my goals daily because I feel like I can control the day. So, take us back. You're
Yeah.
unemployed.
Yeah,
You're an
20,
unemployment
25,
lie. 25. You're out of drug rehab.
Yeah.
Was that around the same time?
25, yeah, it's 25. From 16 to 20, I had more money when I was 8 years old than when I was 25.
A lot of people can relate. I can relate
You know?
to that. So, what got you off the unemployment line
My
to
uncle, I was in
287,000?
the unemployment line. I was 23 years old. I had a drug problem. I hadn't made it out of the treatment center yet, or I hadn't gone into the treatment center. And I was 23 years old, just got out of college with an accounting degree. In the unemployment line, my uncle rolls up, says, "What are you doing here?" He went in there to cash a check,
Okay.
or some government check he got from somebody, some Section 8 housing he was doing. And I said, man, I'm gonna get unemployment. I can't get a job. 1 out of 4 people are unemployed.
Yeah. This is Louisiana.
And this is 30 years ago. So this is back in the day where the unemployment numbers were reported correctly,
Yes.
not like they are now.
Yeah. Now
So-
everybody trying to manipulate the numbers to look good.
And I lived in a refinery town where it was you either did hard labor or
What'd your parents do?
my dad was a sales guy. He died when I was 10.
Okay.
And then my mom had never had a job.
How did your mom sustain you when your dad died?
He died. There was life insurance.
Okay.
She then protected life insurance.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a lesson. She was
Protecting
clipping coupons, protect the money.
Yeah.
She didn't know how to make money. She didn't know how to bring money in.
Right.
So when I was 16, I'm like, I'm not going to do this middle class thing, because she'd keep telling me, hey, you should be happy. She was really poor. She
Yeah.
grew up food line poor.
Because Louisiana, some of the deep South, I lived there. The South has poverty.
Yeah, yeah.
I lived in North Carolina and
poverty.
Raleigh. You go into some of these projects,
But, dude,
Halifax, Court, people are
California
poor.
has poverty here. You
Oh,
guys
yeah,
just-
everywhere,
you know,
everywhere.
It's in a Honda.
Yeah.
It's with an iPhone.
Yep.
You know, it's just you're deluded. You're going to the movie theater. You're buying nice tennis shoes. You know, but there's really poverty. The entire middle class. I mean, if you really want to call it.
Is your advice to people, forget the middle class?
Dude, the middle class. No, you don't want to forget it. You want to run from it.
Why do you want to
You wanna
run?
run
Because
from
that
it
goes
like it's
against
ISIS.
everything that, like it's ISIS. Okay.
Like it's ISIS, dude. It is terrorism.
So why is it terrorism though?
Because you go to sleep in it. I'm better off than the people in Afghanistan. I'm better off. The comparison, the middle class is built on a comparison.
Yeah.
I'm not in poverty. I have food. This is what my mom told me all the time. You have a bicycle. We have a car. We have a roof overhead. We have heat. We have running water. Be grateful. You have clothes on your back. And that is where that's where the trap gets
Yeah.
set. I'm better off than others. This gratitude thing.
But is there a tendency or a possibility that you become ungrateful? Because on the rise, like,
Yeah, of course.
no rise is overnight. No, get rich quick is a scam. So I say getting rich quicker is a possibility.
Yeah.
But is there, if you take that mentality full board, do you ever feel like people might go, well, I've got one of Grant's programs on Learn to Sell, I'm only making, $150,000. Last year I was making zero. Shouldn't there be an element of gratitude, and how do you balance
Yeah,
that?
but I didn't say there shouldn't be a gratitude. You should be grateful, but you shouldn't be satisfied.
So the difference is, I like that. I posted it, one of my most popular
Yeah.
Instagrams was, it's okay to be grateful, but
Yeah.
never be satisfied.
Yeah, you should always be grateful, even when you're losing, dude. Like I'm at Mandalay Bay and I'm captured in this place. Okay, I'm not dead. I have a Glock 26. I have 4 clips. I'm the only person in here who can protect myself. My wife knows what to do. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm alive right now, but you need to be ready and you need to stay ready. So every situation has something to be grateful for, but you don't want to use the gratitude thing as a way to accept
Yes.
that you're operating below your potential.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
You wrote a book. Let's talk about your book. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've recommended people read it. You've written a couple books, but one of your most well-known, I would say, is this
Yeah.
10X. So is your basic philosophy in this book, take whatever you grew up thinking you would make,
Basic
thinking what
philosophy.
life, multiply by 10,
whatever the
and that's what you do.
Whatever the target is.
Yep.
If you think, okay, man, I want to make 80 grand a year, okay, then what all the books suggest is like you need to think 10 times bigger than that, because basically what you did was you adopted somebody else's idea. Your ideas
Right. Small.
are
It's not a big tree.
Well, they're constructed by the influence around us.
Yes.
So when people say, hey, I'm gonna write my goals down, that's good. Or I'm gonna go do the Think and Grow Rich thing, or I'm gonna do the the secret, right?
But some people, conceptualization, they can't even dream correctly.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's the problem. Like,
Yes.
I just want a good job. I want a good family. I want a house. The thinking, your goal setting has been influenced by your
Yes.
environment. So if you just think a little bigger, look, all you got to do is go back to 2007 and understand somebody set the wrong goals.
Yep.
Okay, half of America got wiped out.
Yes.
We forgot about that now.
Yeah.
But half of America.
So it's going to come again.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna
sooner
come.
than later. There'll be a recession.
Totally agree.
Every
No,
10 years or so.
The next one will be so deep, so
Yeah.
brutal, and so long. Okay.
Yeah. You think it's going to be bigger than 2007? Is that your prediction?
No doubt about it.
What makes you think that? What are the
we
indicators?
have almost 40% more debt.
Yeah.
There's no way it's
More
not gonna
debt and income hasn't gone up that much. Productivity's
Income,
not
look,
up.
Look, the Dodger Stadium had more tickets for sale
Yes.
than 16,000 out of the 56,000 tickets were for sale. Why is that?
Yeah,
Because people can't get that
people
money.
are broke. Yeah.
You know?
That's the one thing I've learned from social media is you can't fathom, and especially you and I, we grew up, neither of us grew up with, handed business or handed $1 billion or anything like that. It's easy to forget, like most people are struggling financially, and I try to never forget that. So
We've had one out of every 5 days this year, the stock market hit a record.
Yeah.
Almost 20%.
And what goes up must come down.
One out of every 5 days has hit. This is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 out of 6 days, a record.
So what's a practical?
That money's all going to this to a handful of people.
So what's the practical tip? Somebody listening, they're struggling financially. They hear your story. They see my stuff. What's something somebody can do within the next 24 hours that allows them to think bigger?
Go sell something.
Sales.
Sell anything. Go sell your tennis shoes.
I
Sell
totally
something.
agree with that.
Immediately, what you need
Commission sales.
Well, no,
non-salary based sales.
100% commission to you.
Yes.
Go sell something at your house you're not using.
Yep.
Anything. Now, why do I tell you that? Because, like, you want to go raise money right now. Like, who's got my money? This is my mantra when I wake up in the morning, right? Who's got my money? Who's got?
Yeah, you say that a lot on social media.
Who's got my money?
Right. So you need to go out and
I
collect
need a target. Who's got it? Like, quit saying that you don't have it. You can't get it. Who's got what should be yours?
Yeah.
Rather than saying money won't make you happy. I don't care if it makes me happy or not. Dude, when you're broke, you need money.
Yeah.
So
Money's
when I was-
oxygen. When you have it, you forget that you have it. The second someone puts your head underwater, you remember how important
what I do,
oxygen
as soon as I get it, I get rid of it.
Yeah. So you get rid of it. You're a big
So I get
believer
it.
is not hoard it and reinvest it.
I get it. I don't spend it. I'm very frugal.
Yeah.
So I get it. I stash it. As soon as there's a little mountain, I push it.
And what do you push it? You like
Push
real estate,
everything into real
business.
estate. I push everything
into real estate.
Everything into my main business. First into myself.
Yes.
But you can only spend so much on yourself.
Yeah.
In self-development, right?
Yep.
Sooner or later, that should start working. If whatever you're doing is not working, you're doing the wrong thing.
Yes.
Second thing you're going to push to is I'm going to push to my business, whatever that business is that's giving me that first flow.
Yes.
No matter how small that first flow is, you need to keep feeding that thing.
Yes.
Right? So that it blossoms.
Absolutely.
And then when there's enough left over and you got a big freaking blossom, then you push that off to the side.
Yeah.
And what I want to go into at that point is something that's indestructible.
Real estate.
Knowing that your business is destructible. There's not a business out there right now that's not destructible.
Yeah.
These phones, the Facebooks, the Googles, the YouTubes, they will not exist for sure in your lifetime. Somewhere in the next 20 to 30 years, there won't be a Facebook, there won't be an iPhone.
Maybe faster. Maybe faster.
Exactly.
Companies come and go. MySpace comes and goes. I mean, you'd be surprised.
GoPro, look
Yahoo
at the GoPro.
was
The
going to be
Yahoos.
worth how many billion? They turned it down and then they hardly sold for $2.
The
Yeah, BlackBerry's done.
The taxi cab drivers, like the Cowboys, the horses,
It's like the Bible
the
says.
Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Yeah, they may be back. Don't piss off this town. I want you and your pilot to get off the ground. We don't want a riot to meet you at the private airport. But remember, all flesh is grass. That's one of the oldest proverbs. And what that means is everything comes in a cycle. The grass grows, it looks great, and then it's gone.
Exactly.
And
But
so you diversify with real estate.
No, I don't. You
push all in on real estate.
I'm all in. I mean, I like what Mark Cuban says. Diversification's for idiots.
Yeah.
But another thing that we were taught in the middle class, diversify your assets, be in 100 investments.
Yeah.
Right? Why?
That's mutual funds.
That was for Wall Street. That pitch was for Wall Street saying you're too stupid. I want to go all in on one thing. So I'm going to miss a whole bunch of stuff that you might invest in.
Yep.
Because I want hard assets that produce cash every month. I don't build anything.
Yep.
All I do is buy trophy income producing location A properties.
Yep, and if you go back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, what's at the bottom? Physical. So the good thing about real estate, what Grant's saying
Food,
is,
water, house.
no matter what, people will be, 2,000 years ago they were building shelters, and they'll be doing it 2,000 years from now. People must have it. Now, the prices will fluctuate. There are bad real estate deals. One of my business partners was a billionaire in real estate. He told me back in the 80s, he built a apartment complex, condo complex, and the thing he literally bulldozed it.
Yeah.
So you still have to be smart in real estate.
But
what's
if you
something
have
people
if
need
you
to
have
know?
Time, you have to have cash flow.
Yep.
That's why the single door doesn't work.
But cash flow is great to have a business. He's generating $287,000 a day with the online and in-person sales, belly-to-belly business.
Yeah, and phones.
And you can push that over also into a hard asset. So I tell
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
it's not that diversification. I mean, I know Mark Cuban, what he's saying is, he's not saying you should never diversify, but wealth isn't created by diversity. Safety is created, but wealth is created by focus.
Yeah.
It's what
you want big bets though. Look, the reason
Yes.
Las Vegas exists is not because the odds are against the player. It's because the players never play big enough
Yes.
to bust the bank.
Yeah.
Okay, if a bunch of whales went over there,
They won't
and
let
said-
you. They'll kick
they
you
won't
out.
let you,
They'll
man.
kick
They
you
won't
out.
even let you. Why do they have the limits on the game? Because they don't want to get broken.
Yes.
Because people don't bet big enough. Like that's what my family didn't teach me, man. They didn't. My family taught me to play a little game, and they loved me. And they were awesome. My mom's job was to protect me.
Yeah.
Right. But so nobody said, dude, go in. So the problem with most people can't go all in because you guys don't do your homework on one thing. You study 50 things.
Yep.
Rather than becoming an expert at one thing.
Yeah.
So
your core expertise, you would say, has been
I mean, I know
sales
two
and
things.
persuasion
I know sales,
and real estate.
and I know real estate. I know real estate better than I know sales.
Yeah.
I have a tuning fork in me.
And people don't realize that. That's why one of the things I want to bring out, that this guy knows a ton about real estate. It's kind of like me. People in the modern world, people compartmentalize people. So people sometimes meet me and they're like, oh, you're the Lamborghini guy. As if I only know about Lamborghinis. And then they meet me. I had some people, some billionaire on a podcast not too long ago. And at the end, they were like, wow, you actually know about business. But remember, that's going to happen to each of you.
Yeah.
You'll be pigeonholed, and it's actually okay.
Yeah,
They
dude,
sleep on you, and they don't realize you're building a $700 million real estate portfolio.
My first job was a car salesman. That my first real job that I finally made. It was my sixth job, but my first commitment. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm going to get great at this job. I hated it, by the way.
Yep.
Hated it. And I said, I'm going to get great at a job I hate.
Yep.
And then I'm going to quit.
Yep.
Okay, but I fell in love with it, dude. I was like, man, I'm good at this. Man,
Yeah.
I don't need to lie to anybody. I don't need to cheat anybody. I don't need to manipulate. And basically what I discovered was another way to sell things.
Yeah.
The way that people want it.
Right.
Give them a price. Tell them how much it's going to be.
Yes.
Tell them if you can't win their business, no problem, right?
So what is the core Grant? Because you have your own philosophy. It's
Yeah.
not manipulative. So yours is be direct, be to the point, and keep it a short sales cycle.
Don't try to read tones and personalities or match. Don't try to do any of that hooky shit because, dude,
You're talking about mirroring. He's talking about a principle called mirroring.
Yeah, and I don't believe in it because, look, the only reason you'd want to mirror is because you don't want to have a full pipeline. The way to win in business is to have a full pipeline. Amazon wins.
Top of the
'cause it's
funnel.
got-
Top of the funnel
exactly.
wide.
So
I agree with you on not mirroring. I do like reading personalities. So it's okay. We have a slightly different philosophy.
yeah,
but
yeah.
for sure, the cheesy mirroring, if you lean forward, I lean forward, you start looking like a whack job.
You guys that think that I have folded arms, I guarantee you there's some comments in here because
yeah.
I started this with my arms folded. They're like, oh, he's closed off to, that's all bullshit, dude. That's
Yeah.
some psychologist, okay?
Yeah, that's
you
not
guys
true.
getting your information from psychiatrists.
That's more style. Some people
psychologists.
sit like this.
It's dumb.
Hey,
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
way, snap a little bit, either Sam or Zach.
What do you want, Ryan?
Doing a video.
Okay.
We're good. We got 4,000 live current on Facebook.
So let's back to the back to what I do, right? So I basically took the automobile industry. I saw a problem. I'm like, nobody wants to spend 4 hours in a car dealership.
Yep.
So I was 29 years old, and I'm like, I'm gonna turn this sales thing upside down in the car industry. Only thing I knew was cars.
Yep.
Well, I turned the car industry over. Like every car dealer in the country knows me. If you're looking for a good deal on a car, right at the end of the negotiation, say, I know Grant Cardone, and I guarantee you'll get a better deal. Okay?
Really?
So-
I'm gonna try, Grant. I hope you're throwing
guarantee
out
you-
real theories.
No.
Because I'm going to do that.
No. Number two.
Can I wear a mask of yours and just pretend I'm you walking into the dealership?
Just lease. Number two, what I realized was every industry had that problem.
Right.
Furniture,
People suck at
insurance.
sales.
It's too long.
Even
man. It's too long.
restaurants
The whole thing. Think about how primitive the concept was.
Yes.
Okay, this sales was created years ago when you went door to door, but you had to travel across farmland and like
Right.
so you sat down.
So
and
you're saying it needs to be updated. You've updated the system. You got 3.0 sales.
Transparent.
Yeah.
Okay. Fast. Tell them how long it's going to be. Tell them what you're
How do
going to
you believe in overcoming objections? This is a
Oh,
common.
absolutely.
So common thing. How would you?
I
What's
think-
your favorite way to overcome an objection?
First of all, treat the objection like it's a complaint, not an objection.
Okay. So let's say
The price is too high. I agree with you completely. And by the way, I knew that before you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you say that to them.
Yeah, I knew that. Like, I'm selling this watch. The watch is 70 grand. Man, you know he's going to say too much.
Yeah. So let's say Sam says
Of course
that's
it's
too much.
man. Of course it's too much, dude. There's 25 of them in the world.
Right.
Okay, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Nobody buys this watch because it's not too much. They buy it because it is too much.
Right.
You know?
So you flip it around.
Yeah,
Somebody
I use
said
the energy.
reverse psychology.
No, it's not. You guys getting all
He's
in-
calling you out. It's not
I'm
reverse
calling you out.
psychology.
No, it's using the energy.
Yes.
It's more kung fu-ish,
Yes.
right?
Or
you know more
jiu-jitsu.
about that.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, there you go.
Kung Fu is still strikes. Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So
So basically, it is. Look, it's integrity selling. Agree with them. Have you not thought that was a lot of money for a watch?
it's
or a car?
reframing, we could
Exactly.
say.
It's like just agree with them. It's just like be honest.
Yep.
How about be honest?
Yeah.
Okay. Those shoes, man, they're $2,000, dude. That's a lot of money, right?
Yep.
You're right. He knew that. Might be why he wants them.
What about the objection? Very common. I'm very interested. Let me think about it. For those of you doing sales, it's going to be the most common, one of the most common
We should
objections.
do a course for these people, like
Yeah.
basic stuff. Of
We're
course,
gonna-
you wanna
we're
think
working
about
on a course
Of course,
for you
you want
guys.
to think about it. Of course, you want to think about it.
Yeah.
How long have you been thinking about it? Because if you're the kind of person that thinks about it, you thought about coming here. You thought about calling me.
Right.
You've been here, probably visited my website 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Yes.
By the way, these skills that we teach people are definitely website and internet transferable.
And this is stuff they should have taught us in school. By the way, the fact that sales isn't a required part of school, everything you do in life will have some component of sales. Whether it be getting married, whether it be getting a business part, you have to persuade people. People have their own worldview, and you have to be able to interject with your worldview.
Yeah.
Or else you are always taken advantage of.
You guys that want to hide behind a computer,
It's a good idea.
You
Is
need
there
to
another
learn a
water?
sales game.
So, sales, what is...
There is no difference between selling on Facebook or Shopify
it's all the same.
or door to door or over the phone.
But
You've
there's
been
a
them
few
all-
there's a few advanced strategies when it comes to online, but the same psychology exists. Psychology exists.
Totally. Same concept.
Same
Same
psychology.
tracks you're running down.
You basically have the procrastinators.
Totally.
You have the people who are
But
hot, ready to buy.
why do people procrastinate? See, that's the thing to
Multiple
ask
reasons.
yourself. Because of
Fear.
uncertainty.
Yeah, fear and uncertainty.
So the thing you want to do with a customer is you want to raise their certainty, not reduce it.
Yes.
You definitely don't want to challenge it. You
Yep.
want to raise it because when I raise somebody's certainty, then I make a decision.
Yep. So what is that?
Uncertain people-
Do you think that's just giving them more information? Because that's where people
yeah,
go.
and room to breathe, right? Room to breathe and room to move around, right? And maybe it means you need a follow up. Like we have a program that's just follow up. You're not going to close everybody no matter what you do.
What percentage of deals do you think can be closed realistically first time around if they're $500 plus? In your mind, if you were at your call center,
Tiny, very tiny.
and on average, how many?
I wouldn't even.
Three?
I
Would you
wouldn't
try
measure,
to call them
I
3
wouldn't
times?
measure it. Calls?
How many would you want for one person to close a $500 deal? What are you thinking? 3, 5,
More like 12.
12 calls. So do you do little calls? Just hey, what's up? I thought I'd catch
what's
up with
man?
you.
A text, email,
Yep.
gift.
So it doesn't have to be all phone calls. It can be text. It can
Elena,
be email.
you met Elena.
Yep.
I called her 26 times over 13 months.
Yep.
I didn't expect her to close the first time.
That's how you got married.
Yeah.
She didn't put you on
I have a
block.
client.
She didn't block you.
I have a guy that I've been calling for 17 years, dude. I still hadn't closed him.
17 years.
Still hadn't closed the deal.
What kind of deal
when
is
I
it?
do, I'm a wacky.
It's not marriage, right?
I'm a wacky. I'm not going to marry him.
Okay. All right, 'cause you
I'll leave that
went
for
from
you guys out
Elena
here.
to 17. Oh no, Florida. We're not alone in California. So, changing subject once more. For somebody watching,
NED. Hashtag NED.
for somebody watching, what do they need to know if they don't know anything about sales? What would you tell them to start? Go start sell cars
No, I would sell something in your house. I wouldn't go get a job.
online, eBay.
I'd find something at your house you hadn't touched in a long time. Maybe even more importantly, take something you love and sell it.
So what's an example?
Quit.
The
Your
shoes.
tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Something you got from some park, a jersey, something you spent too much money on that was stupid. You need to know that you can raise money.
Yeah.
If you don't want to sell any of your shit, then go to the street corner. Go get on a street corner, and go stop cars and say, "Give me 20,"
Right.
or just raise it to 100.
You think cold
See, that's
call?
why Mormons are so successful, dude.
Because they take their kids and
The
they make them
2-year
cold
mission.
car
The 2-year
salesmen.
missions. The
I know.
2-year missions.
That's great. That's an example. The Mormon, you don't have to be Mormon to learn the principle.
No,
is that
no, everybody should go
sticking
and-
people there
Yeah.
and saying,
Confront.
"Go get over your
Confront.
fear," because people are
Confront.
afraid. People are afraid.
Confront.
I tell people you should only be afraid of one thing, and that's living a crappy life.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Besides, being turned down is part of the game.
Yeah, and like my real estate background, I'm not transitioning here, but I've never read a book on real estate.
Yep.
And I'm not bragging about that.
He's
but-
written some books.
but not on real estate. But
That's coming next. You
Yeah, that
watch.
is-
You're
that
gonna
is-
have a real. I know you, Grant.
But
there's
I have,
a book coming.
I have walked so much real estate.
Just don't have an NED book. I'm not promoting the NED book. I'm out.
Rents go up when you solve the NED issue.
I'll have a RFP.
But you see, a lot of people read books. I think you'll disagree with me a little bit on this. But
It's good to disagree. People like that. Drama sells.
But I think people read. The people that do read too many books.
Depends on how fast you read.
Okay. But you can get too much information.
Yeah. That's hard.
Huh?
If you follow my 50-50 rule, you'll be good. 50% a wise general plans but doesn't overplan.
I guarantee.
And a wise general attacks but doesn't overattack.
I guarantee there's at least 8 to 10 people that you've read
Yeah.
that were miserable motherfuckers.
That I've read
Some
about?
of you've read their books.
Oh, yeah.
That had failing marriages.
Sure.
Could have committed suicide. Freaking junkies. I'm like, dude, who do you want to learn from? You guys got to start picking who you're going to
Yeah,
learn
but I
from.
don't just read. I read from. I try business.
See,
I read
even
from
though
the best.
me and you have different styles.
Yeah.
Like, really different, right? But I think we agree on more points than we don't.
Of course.
So people need to pick 1 or 2 people.
Yes.
I'd go deep on a guy before I'd go shallow on a bunch of people.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I go deep on Warren Buffett. I think he's the best businessman to walk in our planet by far. I read his. He puts
See,
out an
he
annual
said it here,
newsletter.
deep on Warren.
Oh hell yeah! My business partners.
blame you, dude.
You got Warren Buffett's basically God to
And
them
by the
in
way,
business.
why does Warren diversify? Not because he wanted to, because
No,
he
'cause
had to.
he has so much cash.
So much money.
He's got $100
And
billion.
by the way, when he goes,
Yeah.
okay, he goes all in.
He does 2 deals on average a year since 1965.
Yeah.
He's done about 75 deals, a little bit more. Let's say 100 main deals. He has
yeah.
75 holding company making $200 billion a year. So there's
You
good
sure
money.
look good tonight, man.
Me?
You look good, man.
I thought you were talking to the camera.
No, you look good.
Give him a little. I got to try to keep up with you one way or another.
You look good, man.
Just with a suit. So somebody say he has 400 million. Yeah. What Buffett does? Here's Buffett's philosophy. Buffett basically says, we'll get this on Snap. Flash it always. One of the things that Buffett says is, if you want to get rich, put all your eggs in one basket, but watch
that
the
basket.
basket.
Watch that
and he
basket.
doesn't mean you shouldn't diversify. What he's saying is what you're saying. You
Yeah,
must
yeah.
focus.
Yeah,
And I say you could build multiple streams of income, but you got to build them one at a time.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It's like a building a
Totally
house.
agree. And
you got to
and-
build
and-
the first floor before the second. You can't do half
but
first
don't
and
get
half
rid
second.
of the first floor.
No.
Don't
No,
get the
for
first
sure.
floor, build the second floor, and say, okay, now I'm going to bulldoze the first floor. That's what a lot of you guys do. You
Right.
got one stream coming, you add a second one, and you freaking neglect the first one, and you end up with half.
Exactly.
So rather than 2. So what I did was I took my first job. I never left that first job. Still today, I'm still doing that first
Yep.
job. I never leave that first job. Then what I do is I add a symbiotic
add. It's
flow
cumulative.
to it. I try to symbiotic the first one. So whatever I'm
Yep.
doing here, it moves this one.
That's
And then
like
a third-
Confucius said, the man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. But you can catch 1 rabbit and then move on to the next
What
rabbit.
we say in Louisiana is you catch a fucking rabbit, you barbecue him. You eat him.
Just,
You
I
eat
think
that
just post
rabbit.
it like that.
You eat that rabbit.
That is a little more southern version
Eat the
of
rabbit, dog.
Confucius's.
Why you chase a rabbit if you're not going to eat him? That's just dumb. You're a
What
magician.
if you're selling the fur?
Huh? Well, then you
Or what
need
if
to
you want
eat
a
the
bunny rabbit
sell
for your
the fur.
daughter
I like that idea.
for
Eat the
bunny
rabbit, sell
for
the
Easter.
fur. NED. Hashtag NED.
Hashtag, that is not a, do not do that on grants. That's good. So next question, I want to take a question that I saw come up here live, okay? So somebody said, how do you invest if you don't have any money?
Go get money.
Okay, so how do you go get money?
Who's got your money, dude?
How-
See, it goes
you
back-
you went out, you said you told me you
I didn't have
started.
any money.
You were able to
I
borrow
borrowed
some
three-
money,
I borrowed
3,000.
3,000, just so everybody knows, because some people compare me to Donald Trump, right? I borrowed $3,000 from my mom, and I paid her back 30 days later.
So what is
took
the
the-
message though you had to say? What do you have to say to her to get her
I went to my mom
give you
and I said,
$3,000?
Mom, I need to learn car sales. I found this program I want to learn. She's like, you don't even like car sales. I know, I don't like it. I need to learn it. I need to learn how to do this, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to quit it. I have to get
And
good
you
at
bought
something.
tapes. You bought like
I
old
bought some tapes.
VHS.
Oh, Beta.
What was
It
the name of the
before
guy?
That, Jackie Cooper.
Jackie Cooper.
I
Isn't that a
hate-
baseball player?
No. That's
He was
Jackie
teaching
Robinson.
sales. Oh, Jackie.
So
Who's Jackie Cooper?
But a
Zach?
lot of baseball players have sold cars.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So
And a lot of athletes lose all their money and then go back to selling cars after they
And
play.
some people here are going to be like, "Oh, he's a car salesman. He sounds like a car salesman." You guys need to quit hating on shit you don't understand. I'm telling you, you need to quit hating. So many people out there, I don't want to do that job. I don't want to make somebody else rich. You guys got the wrong ideas. If you're going to get rich, it's because you're going to help somebody else get rich.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Joel
not doing-
Salatin had told me a man can or woman can do anything as long as it's not forever.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be too picky when you're completely broke. You can do anything as long as you're not locking yourself into a 30-year bad run in some nasty business.
Yeah. But
if
be,
you
willing,
got,
be willing to do anything, even when you get to the top of the food chain. The guys that I know that are really successful and happy, they'll pick up a broom.
Yeah,
They'll
but you
clean
don't
a
want
toilet.
to. When you're at the top, you're not sweeping every day.
Yeah.
You step into like Google. Some of the CEOs of the largest company in the world, they'll go do customer support
To
twice,
stay in touch, to
2
stay
days
in
a
touch,
month,
right?
Yeah, you got to always keep connected, but you should delegate out as you build. So how do you build your business? You can't do everything.
I'm
How
just
do you
saying-
delegate?
Well, I mean, I just do as much as I can.
Because you have
and
a
then-
big team.
Yeah.
Do you
So-
do you have what? How many people in there in Florida? I came to your office.
We have 70 people there, another 150 in the real estate.
Do you use a traditional hierarchy? You got a
Nah,
CEO,
not really,
you got
no,
bosses.
Not really. I need more of that.
Yeah.
I was with the founder of ABC Mouse today, 600 employees.
Yeah.
Place is so organized, man. It's just like,
So that's not your forte?
no, I'm not a good organizer, but I need to learn that game.
Yeah.
So there's always something to learn, right? But
Yeah.
but
What are you reading these days? You don't read much, you say.
Well-
what do you read? What's a book that's
Dude,
changed your
all
life
I've been-
besides your book?
all I've been reading right now is real estate.
You've been reading the deal.
Performance and deals.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been reading so many deals right now. Like,
What's got you excited?
the real estate. I think it's a huge play. I think that we're in the next cycle for apartments is going to last 35 years.
Are you worried about a depression?
No, not at all.
Because you'll be buying cheap.
No, I'll be. A contraction would help me.
That's what I'm saying.
It would help.
If there's a contraction, a recession, and you're on the
because
right end of the
what
deal,
happens-
you'll do better.
What happens with my real estate is my real estate can go down in value, but I'm not selling it.
Right.
That value is
As long as the cash flow's there.
the cash flow
As
doesn't
long as they
change.
pay rent.
Like in
Yeah.
2008 and 2009, I kept getting rent, man. The rent never stopped.
Yeah.
So that's as long as you have cash flow. This is what people don't understand. As long as you have cash flow, you don't lose.
Yes.
Because if I have time, apartments double every 10 years. Every 10 years, I get a double. I'm going to get it no matter from the top, from the bottom. I'm going to get a double. Okay. Most of the stuff that I buy, we look for a 300% return over 8 to 10 years.
And that's counting accumulated cash flow,
Cash flow.
retained cash.
And we
Yeah.
just wait for that part of the cycle to where I want to sell now.
Yeah.
So
So you want to
it's an
sell?
indestructible because we're going to become Europe here, where it's unaffordable. It's unaffordable to buy a house.
You
here.
think so? You think America's headed in the direction
Oh,
of
no
Europe?
doubt. We have the lowest home ownership in America that we've had since
Grant's
in
saying
40
that
years.
he thinks America's going to become like Europe
No doubt.
because
We're there now.
people used to only spend about 25% of their income on housing. Now
Yeah.
it's going up. In Europe, people spend 50, 60%.
Dude, we have the highest lease rates in the history of the automobile industry.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because people can own.
Yeah.
They don't have the down payment. They don't have the monthly payment, and it's becoming cool to use rather than own.
Yeah.
Right. So, I lease my Rolls.
It's better to lease cars.
Okay.
And it depends on if you have a business or not. If you in America, if you don't have a business, if you're an employee, you can't usually deduct a lease.
Yeah.
So that's why I said
I rent my home, but all you homeowners out there, you're getting all your tax deductions are about to change right now.
Yeah.
So
you think for the better or for the worse?
for the worse.
Yeah.
For home ownership, and it should. It's a dumb investment for you. So we'll get a lot of. The home ownership thing is like people are so like, no, that's my thing.
Right.
It's a dumb thing.
A lot of
It didn't help
antiquated
your daddy.
ideas.
Yeah, like so, like I own
Is
a
America
company.
the new Europe?
I own a company that I can rent from. So I could own this structure
Yep.
in a structure and then rent for
Rent back
myself.
to get
I'm
the
a good
tax
tenant.
deduction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I get 100% of all the great.
Yep. There's a
Parts of
lot
that.
of tricks for those of you as you get bigger in the game of business.
Yeah.
There's a tremendous amount of tools out there when you become sophisticated. Like you said, buying, leasing back to yourself,
back to that
things like
question
that.
the guy asked about how do you buy apartments if you don't have any money? Dude, you don't. You don't buy anything without money.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why they need something.
Sell something.
Sales.
Learn how to sell something.
Start a business, sell online, sell something in your home.
Okay,
Yeah.
because most of you don't have any goals. The reason you don't want to sell is because you don't have an end goal. It's what he said. You can do anything for a little while.
Yes.
So I did the sales game so that I didn't want to be a car salesman.
Yep.
I did it so I could get my money.
Yep.
Right?
It planted a seed that have now grown into a large tree.
Now I knew, I can talk to people. I learned a skill set, right? So I'm really thankful to the auto industry for that. But then I took that, saw an opportunity, sold a solution to
Yep.
that industry, got money, took that money and put it in the real estate.
Yeah.
I only want to know how to sell because it's survival.
How'd you learn real estate? What got you? Just trial and error?
3 years, I walked apartments every weekend for 3 years.
And how'd you learn
Didn't
to
buy
take-
one deal. Didn't buy one deal.
Okay. So you
3
laid the
years.
foundation. You
That
laid
means,
the foundation.
that means by the time I was 33 years old, I had looked at probably, I don't know, thousands of units.
That's, by the way, what Arnold Schwarzenegger did. Arnold Schwarzenegger walked the streets of Santa Monica, and he became a millionaire before he was 30, not from acting, not from bodybuilding, but from real estate. He
That's right.
also, the other cool thing about Arnold Schwarzenegger, before the internet.
All apartments, by the way. He wasn't buying homes. He was buying apartments.
And he shipped weights in the mail. Before the internet, you couldn't sell. And so he had a cash flow business that required sales, and then he learned real estate was a reinvestment back into real estate.
Yeah.
So did you learn then after 3 years, you just jumped into
What
a deal?
happened was I lived in Houston at the time, and I walked real estate every weekend. I'd look at deals. Didn't buy anything. I was scared.
Yeah.
So I moved from Houston to La Jolla.
Yep.
And I said, if I ever get that feeling again, because if you look enough, you don't get that from books. When you walk properties
Yes.
or look at businesses, you start to get a feeling wrong.
Right.
wrong.
You develop your intuition. You develop your gut feeling.
A tuning fork.
Yeah.
Really.
Your spidey sense, so to speak.
Like, oh God, this feels good. So I went to San Diego and I said, if I ever feel that again, I'm going to buy it. It was 1995. I was driving downtown San Diego, and I'm with a buddy of mine, Dale, and I'm like, dude, I got this feeling, dude. Something was happening. There was more trucks leaving, what's the truck that moves
U-Haul?
stuff? U-Hauls were
Yeah.
leaving California and they're coming in. And I said, dude, I got the feeling. I bought 500 units.
Huh. In what year?
1996.
In San Diego.
Yeah.
Where'd you buy 500?
Chula Vista, all the way up to Vista, California.
So by then, had you saved
San
money from
Diego.
car sales that allow you to put a down payment?
I think I had, at that time I had, my first deal I put 350 grand in my first deal. I had $1 million
Yeah.
from the sales thing.
Yep.
I'm accumulating money for years. I just accumulated, didn't buy the sneakers.
Yeah.
Didn't have a German car.
Yeah.
I had millions of dollars in the bank. You would not have thought my life had changed one bit.
Yeah.
I was printing on double-sided paper. Like if I printed, I'd print it on both sides because I thought it'd save me money.
Yeah. So you took a down payment.
Bought my
How'd you
first-
talk
I
the
bought my-
banks to giving you your first deal?
The problem, well, I was qualified. I had good credit, and I had 350 grand to put down. The deal was 1.9 million. I put 25% down.
50 units for $2 million.
It was 38 units. 38 units.
Oof.
Okay. And-
Times have changed in San Diego,
yeah,
boy.
Now you're like,
You
oh,
know?
I should have bought all that. Yeah, everybody should have bought all. The bank didn't want to give me a loan.
Yeah, I was
right?
too young probably then.
First
Okay.
two banks told me no.
Yeah.
Third bank said, let's do the deal. I bought 38 units. Second deal was bought 30 days later, 48 units. Third deal was bought about 3 months later, 90 units. And I'm like, dude, I'm going. And
Yeah.
I was collecting money every month.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Was it positive cash flow right on day one?
day one.
Yeah.
Everything we buy is positive for day one,
Even now?
even now.
So you're having to look at a lot of deals because a lot of deals you get out there they're banking on appreciation, so they're not cash flow positive on day one.
I used to look at 25 deals to buy one. Now we're looking at hundreds.
Yeah.
To buy one.
So what's your process now? Do you have people help you, or do you literally sit at your desk and just flip through them yourselves?
Dude, I walk every deal.
Yeah. So you look at it.
I am the picker.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the picker.
Yeah.
So I got a big team that helps me go over numbers.
So they filter it down, then
Send
you get on the
deals.
plane and go look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many deals do you find per year that filter get through your filter?
We have 3 deals in contract right now. So I looked at, to get those 3 deals, I looked at 10,000 units.
Yeah.
To get that'll be about 1,000 units.
Yep. What's the goal? You said 4,000 units?
No, we're at 4,000 now. We'll be at 5,000 by the end of the year. We'll be at 10,000 probably in the next 3 years,
Yeah.
maybe faster.
Yeah. And is that the goal? 10,000?
40,000.
40,000.
40,000. I want to bring the whole package to Wall Street.
You can do what's called a REIT roll-up.
Yeah.
That's great. If you own enough real estate, there's huge tax advantages. This is one of the things that not everybody gets access to, because a REIT roll-up, you got to have $1 billion or $2 billion in real estate. But then you get you basically walk out, you exchange your real estate
Well, they're
for
buying
REIT
revenue,
share.
right? They're buying.
But you don't pay that much taxes. The name of the game too, and one of the good things about real estate and business, by the way, is that you got to control taxes. And if you're only a W-2 employee, the tax code does not favor you like it does somebody who has real estate, and somebody who has a.
I mean, one of the reasons I lived here for 25 years here in California, I lived up the street.
You ran from California with it.
Soon as they did their jack,
yeah.
as soon as they did their hey.
And he's in Florida, no state tax.
So
there's a
by
couple
the way,
places with no state
tax. That
tax.
wasn't for me. Like you don't know it until you do it, but all you do is you reinvest all the money.
Yep.
It's not like you keep the money when you save state taxes.
Right. So you're a believer, lower taxes.
Totally.
Yeah. Because that's what people, one of the things I realize, America's so financially illiterate. People don't realize the way money works, it's not like Bill Gates, richest man in the world, takes all his money and sits on it like the Hobbit dragon sitting on a big chest of gold. No, they redeploy it back into the world. So trickle-down economics is somewhat controversial, but the basic concept is, look what happened to California. They raised taxes, you left.
I left, man.
And if they raise taxes too much in Florida, my buddies are all leaving, going to Virgin Islands, they're going to Caymans, they leave America. Apple's in Ireland.
Where do you think I'm buying real estate?
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy anything in this state.
Let me post this real quick and read
Yeah. I wouldn't buy anything here. This is a broken state, man. You don't just raise taxes here, okay? That 3.5% they raised taxes in California did not solve their problem. Parking tickets went up the next day, okay? Right? Parking tickets, like everything went up, man. StubHub made. I can buy tickets on StubHub in Houston.
Yep.
And I can buy them in California. It's like double here.
Yeah, because of the taxes.
On the fees, because of the taxes. So why? Because the state is broken, okay? You park a car over on Rodeo Drive, and if you had 20 minutes on that thing and they chalk you, dude, at 21 minutes, you got a ticket.
Yeah.
The state's broken.
Yeah. So how would you, if you were the governor, if you were the president,
No, I would
how
move.
do you fix
I would
California?
tell everybody that lives here, move, dude.
I am now the governor of California. Everybody leave. This is my solution.
No, you guys should move. What the governor should have done is he should have taken taxes down to like 6%.
Yeah. But I'm saying, would you just drop taxes?
He needs to admit he's broken.
Yeah.
He's paying firemen and policemen $130,000 a year because they made a commitment to pay them years ago, and now they found out they can't. Sooner or later, you got to renegotiate a deal.
Yeah.
There comes a time in a relationship where you got to go back to your partner and say, dude, this doesn't work anymore.
Right. Can't
Me
afford
and
it.
you do a deal. Let's say we do a deal.
Yep.
We go down the road, everything's fine for 2 or 3 years, and then something changes. Ty, man, we got to do another deal, dude.
Yes,
this
for
deal
sure.
doesn't work anymore.
So you're
If it doesn't
saying
work
that
for me,
government, bureaucracy has zero flexibility, and that's one of the big problems.
nobody will confront the beast, man.
Yeah.
You guys all need to confront. This goes back to what I said. Go sell your fucking sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Get your money. Confront the beast that you can solve the first problem, which is I got a money problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Confront your friends, all those losers you're hanging out with.
One of the things that I posted today, one of the most important things you can do, if once a year you're not pushing one person out of your social circle and bringing one better person in, you're doing something wrong.
You're not going to be able,
You're doing something wrong.
You can't bring new people in without pushing somebody out.
Yes.
The room can only be so big.
Yes.
Can only be so many people.
But even more important the reason you're pushing people out, it's not like Stalin. You're not doing a purge just for a purge. Stalin used to purge people for no reason.
Maybe you are.
Well, hopefully, I'm not. I don't want to be Stalin to my friend. But the point is,
maybe you purge.
There's no way
Sometimes
that
you gotta
all
purge.
people in your life have your best interest at heart.
No,
There's zero way. Even your own
most people
family.
don't
Even your
have
own
their
family.
best interest at heart.
Yeah, well, that's another. The self-destruction is another
From
problem.
the age of 16 to 25, I was my biggest enemy.
Yeah.
I could have purged myself. My mom told my friends, don't spend time with my son. He's trouble.
Really? Your own son?
My mother
Oh, okay.
told
Well, yeah.
other people, Ty, stay away from Grant. He's trouble.
Yeah. So let's
She
talk
was
about that for
right.
1 second.
Yeah.
As you make more money, what are some of the common things you found and people are going to have to learn to deal with? One is your own family turning against you.
Yeah, they think,
I've seen that too. Trust me. It might not be your mom. It will be a cousin. How do you deal with criticism and hate?
I just fly.
You just fly.
Yeah, I don't-
I say just dance.
I say fly, man.
Fly. So you
Look,
fly.
the haters. I believe that the haters not really hating me. They're talking to themselves.
Right.
They're not talking. Oh, Ty Lopez, this or that. Dude, you talking about his Lambo or his whatever? You're not talking about Ty. You're talking about yourself.
Yeah.
Most people that hate don't have enough. Like, there's not enough. You can't create and hate at the same time.
Well, and also remember, there's a lot of people who are Machiavellian, psychotic, sociopaths. Though it's been proven, almost everybody who hates, if you post something on your Facebook wall of an accomplishment you did, new job, you get 10 nice comments, one person in your social circle writes, oh, well, good for you. Guarantee you, they have massive psychological problems.
Yeah.
Send them to the dark triad test.
I mean, look. I just think that people. I think that people. You know, I've been in a place where I was envious before,
Yeah.
where I'm like, I can't like what you're doing because I'm envious of it. So my first response is, you know, I don't like his cars, or I don't like his jacket, or I don't like his hair. I mean,
Yeah.
Who would not like your hair?
My hair is a recurring thing.
Somebody is losing theirs.
Right.
Right. So why does he wear that jacket? Well, dude, what jacket do you have on? So haters gonna hate. They're just gonna do their deal.
You know what
until
I
they
tell
quit.
people? What amazes me is there's actually people who will go log into their YouTube account, go into someone and type even if I hate somebody, I love my own time enough that there's zero. So I'm like,
what I
that's
say.
the stupidity level of planet Earth.
Haters can't create.
Yeah, not only can they create, they can't manage time.
Yeah. And that
if you
guy-
hate
that-
somebody,
that-
you move on.
Like that hater doesn't have an avatar. Most
Yeah.
of you guys have. Some of you guys have. This is crazy. Like blocked Instagram, private Instagram accounts.
People
Why
like to
do you
dish,
have
but
a
they don't like to
private-
take. They'll dish it, but you go on. There was a guy who came and said something mean about my 99-year-old grandma, and I posted on Snapchat, I wish we live in a world where I could beat this guy's ass without going to jail. And I shouldn't have posted that necessarily.
yeah.
Maybe I should have, but this dude basically DM'd me. He goes, I'm going to have to delete my account. He had 30,000, a model in LA, dude. He goes, I'm getting death threats. So at the end of the day, you know, he realized that it's better to just have a one-track mind, put your blinders on like horse, and move forward. There's always people doing stuff you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Take the best, like Abraham Lincoln
all you
said.
guys that spend time hating on Donald Trump, man, you're just wasting time and energy.
Yeah,
dude.
Abraham Lincoln said he learned something from everybody, even if sometimes it was what not to do. There's a lesson in that.
Yeah, totally.
So you
I
look
think
at the Kardashians, you know, you see Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
She just passed 450 million in sales on her lipstick
unbelievable,
kits
dude.
in under 18 months. So people hate on the Kardashians. I'm like, look, they're going to do what they do. Take your blinders, focus on what the Kardashians do that's created a $1 billion empire from freaking Instagram and Snapchat. That's the lesson for everybody here.
Yeah.
There's not enough time to go, oh, well, Kylie's a name this. I mean, who cares? Dude, if people ain't
Like, you
killing
gotta
somebody,
figure out
leaving them alone.
If you don't like what she did, figure out how to do what you can. Like the guy I was with today, Doug Doring, that runs ABC Mouse. Man, impeccable businessman.
What is ABC Mouse?
ABC Mouse. ABC Mouse. It's a learning online learning platform for kids.
I thought it was related to ABC.
ABC
like
Mouse.
NBC. You
Yeah,
came out
no,
here to
he-
Hollywood. You say ABC.
How many countries is he in now? 18. I don't know. He's a multi-billion-dollar company. But the guy's such a classy dude.
Yeah.
Nice, humble, 5 beautiful kids, great marriage, like the whole package.
Yeah.
Doesn't drink, doesn't drug, you know, gives to his church. Just like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't need all the, I just want to take care of my family, my community. I want to be a good example. The thing that I'm going to leave is not the money I made. It's going to be, did I help somebody along the way?
Yeah.
You know, maybe there'll be a young Ty come up, you know, 30 years from now that says, you know, I studied.
Grant
Maybe he's your
Cardone.
grandson. Maybe he's your grandson. Lil Ty.
TT.
T3.
T3. There we go. We got CP3 down in Houston. Now we got T3.
And
We're going to have GC3.
Yeah.
You got daughters. Your daughter's
Yeah.
going to run the world.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got the next president.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
So I want to wrap up with one final thing.
Please.
I want you to pick this laptop winner.
Okay. I'll pick a laptop.
Now, Grant, what do we got here we're giving away? MacBook Air, 13-inch, 13.3, 1.8 gigahertz.
It's so small. Okay, so here's the deal. What did I say about, there's a principle I shared about multiple flows of income. There's one most important thing.
But I'm not even sure I know what it is. Oh, okay. Okay, see if anybody can get this. What's a
This is
principle
tough,
that he
dude.
gave?
About, I didn't say diversify. Oh, there it is. Never,
Wait, what'd they say?
he said
can go
exactly
down.
what it
Wait,
was.
we can go down. Tell me is this right?
Never, man.
Sean Sahihi. Don't
No,
let
no,
go.
no, not that one.
No, not
right
him.
there.
Oh,
Whizzle
see?
89, dude.
Whizzle. Never go
Drizzle.
Nizzle 89 on YouTube.
And NED, dog. NED.
No, NAD. You can win.
Whizzle Drizzle.
You can go to Grant's channel. Where can people find you, Grant? Best place.
Best place is, just probably Google search me. If you don't know who I am, you should go do a
You
search.
got GrantCardone.com too?
GrantCardone.com.
And you can write on his Insta NED if
And
you want to.
I'm giving $1 million away here over the next 6
Is it in
days,
100 grand bars? 10 of these?
It's cash. No, it's real
Okay,
cash.
cash.
We've given out 135,000 in cash already.
Go follow him if you want a chance at some of $1 million bucks.
All you got to do is post an image of me and Ty together, okay? Or me by myself. Who's got the best hair? How old are you, dude? I'll say how old I am. Well, you won't tell me, right?
Let me tell you something about
Okay.
Grant that I've
His
learned.
beard looks like my hair, okay?
Let me tell you about Grant.
So look,
Grant
you have fun with me.
exudes
You have fun with me, though,
confidence. So one of the lessons, you got to learn to read between the lines. Grant is a confident man, and there's power in confidence.
Yeah.
So let's end with that.
And by the way, confidence can be learned, okay? It can be
Yeah.
learned, so.
One of my mentors says your
Let
confidence
me
is your
just-
confidence. You got to be confident at something. Get good at something,
you
you'll
need to
get
be
confident.
Confident to be confident. I want to bring your audience, okay,
Yes.
a sales program.
Yep.
That's affordable, that they
Yep.
can use, and that we can really change a bunch of lives with.
We're working on a joint project, so be watching for this. Hey, will you say that on Snapchat? I didn't even know he's going to give me a compliment. Can you do it twice?
I don't think I can do it twice.
That's right.
I
This-
don't think I can do that twice.
The second one, Grant has a lot of confidence. He can compliment you once per
I don't
lifetime.
think I can do another one. Can I do another one? Dude, I just want to tell you, I got mad.
Wait for the light.
What do you mean take one? It's going to be the only take, okay? The second time, I ain't doing this shit 3 times, okay? Look, I got mad admiration for what you've done online and the business you've created, and that people know you.
I appreciate it.
So I hope to be just like you one day.
You already passed me, man. Well, good. Well, thank you guys so much. We had a ton of people on here. And for Grant's audience, for my audience, go check out his stuff. Follow him on Insta. And when you follow him, be like, yo, Ty sent me.
Yeah. Do that,
Say a little Ty sent me, and we'll go from there.
Little Ty.
That sounded good. All right, everybody. Peace.